There is the option to offer multiple size ordering through eCommerce. As you can see here, this image here, and you've got two sizes listed with the prices and how much stock's available for each, and they can order 2 small and 2 extra large. This is when you have multiple garments with multiple sizes, and instead of doing an item where there's a drop down, you can offer this instead, which is far easier for the end user. However, this requires some setup on the customer side as well as a CSI record and when you load it into eCommerce. So I'll show you how you set up these two items, and I'll show you how to set up an additional one. So here on the customer side, which is under View Item, you'll see that the item has been set up this way. The item number needs to be relevant to the size. So the front of the code for this item is AR3406 with the size code as part of the item code. Then the other thing you need to ensure that you do is in the customer's item number, you put a generic code that relates. So the first portion is usually a good logical way to do it. So AR3406. And that's how you group an item. That's the source, that's the grouping code, and this is the codes that sit underneath this main code. So I'll show you the other one for small. You'll see here that the only bit that changed was SML, the size code. That one's 2XL, that one's SML. And the first portion doesn't change, and the customer's item number doesn't change either. I'll just click again, AR3406, AR3406. So if you have multiple sizes, this is where you need to do this. And you can do this by cloning, so you're not having to do it all. So once you've got one set up and you're happy with how it is, make sure that you've got it all set up exactly how you want it, because as soon as you start cloning, you've then got to go and change every one if you make a mistake or miss something. So with this one, I'll show you how you do commands clone item. Keep the same string at the beginning, and we'll do a large. It won't let you do an item code if there's one already there. This won't allow you to click OK. So you click OK, and you'll see here that that item number now has LRG. Just remember down here to put in the first part. So I'll flip between these others now. So we've got a 2XL with that code there. We've got a large with the same code there. And we've got a small with the same code there. That's step 1. You then need to go and add it to a warehouse and give it a CSI record. You need to do this to be able to offer this feature on eCommerce. It won't do it with stock sales, it'll only do it as a warehouse release item. So in here you'll see that we've got the item number, which is the small version. We've put it into a location which should be a warehouse location, not the customer location. You've assigned it to this master customer code so that you can pull it up through on eCommerce, and there's the customer item number, so your grouping's pulled through. And then I can show here that we've had a receipt history for this item, and we've received 20 items of stock for that particular item, which should relate to the front here. Yes, and then we have 20. So to add the large code that we've just done, you click New, you find your item, there's large. Make sure that you put the location as the warehouse, not the customer code. It should be the warehouse location, and it's good to have these set up as one so that they are found at the top. Up here, this is an example. Click OK. Make sure you assign it to the master customer code that relates to the e-store you set up. And you could stop there. If you don't want to receive stock and offer stock levels for people to see, you don't have to do the next bit. This is an optional. So to receive stock, you go to receive, say no, put in your item number, which is the size code version, click search, double click, and we'll receive 20 of those as well. Don't need to put anything else in there, no, click OK. Say no. Now if we look at large and look at the receipt history, there's 20 received. Okay, that's stage 2. Now we go over to eCommerce, enter the store. We need to go to the warehouse release master catalogue. Here you'll see the 2 items that we already have loaded, 2XL and small. Find your new item. Now you'll only have items loaded here if you've done everything else right previously. If it doesn't appear here, you've missed a step and you need to go back and retrace your steps. So here's our large size. Double click it. Now to ensure that you have this little label here, you need to double click the item you just loaded. There's large, we'll double click it, and in the packing description type the size. Click OK. Come out of the master, put it in the relevant catalogue, and we are in warehouse releases for that one. There's warehouse releases, there's our 2 shirts. Now you have to load them all for them to appear. You can't just load one of them, it has to be every size. So we'll go to our warehouse items, we'll double click the large. So now we've got 2XL, small and large. You can shuffle these around if you like. So we've got small, large, 2XL. Exit out of here, and click refresh. Okay, F5 on the website. And now we have a small, a large and a 2XL. We've got the large packing description label, we've got the pricing, and we've got the fact that there's 20 available for stock. And that is how you load multiple size ordering to an e-commerce store.